Okay, so here it is. A decision that you made 2 years ago is about to raise the price that you pay for Medicare. And by the time you find out, it's already too late to stop it. That's not a glitch. That's exactly how it was designed to work in the first place. Here's how it shows up. A letter arrives in the mail. It's from Medicare. Now you open it expecting the usual, and instead it tells you that your premium is going up, not by a few dollars, by hundreds of dollars every month for the entire year. And you didn't do anything wrong. Your income this year might have even gone down, but somehow you've been singled out for a charge that you've never heard of, that nobody ever warned you about. Now, I've watched so many people open that letter, stare at it, and ask me the same question. Where is this even coming from? So stay with me because the answer goes back further than you've ever guessed. And by the end of this, I'll show you how to keep that letter from ever landing in your mailbox in the first place. Now, here's where a lot of people get confused. And honestly, it's a fair place to be confused because a lot of folks feel like they've already paid for Medicare. And you know what? You did pay for Medicare for part of it. Now, that Medicare tax that came out every single paycheck, your whole working life, that was real. And it paid for one piece of Medicare, the hospital coverage, what they call Part A. That's why, for most people, Part A doesn't cost a premium once you retire. You already covered it over decades of work. But here's what almost nobody explains to you until you're standing at the doorway of retirement. Medicare isn't one single thing. There's another piece to it. Part B, that's your doctors and medical coverage. And the prescription piece, that's Part D. And those were never free. You pay a monthly premium for those out of your pocket for the rest of your life. Most people don't even know that there's a difference until the day that they sign up. And that gap in what people were told is exactly where this problem lives. Because it's not just that you pay a premium for Part B and Part D. It's what they can do to that premium if your income crosses an invisible line. Let me show you exactly how it works and why it catches the people who actually did well. If your income in retirement goes above a certain threshold, Medicare doesn't just charge you the normal premium. They add a surcharge on top of it, sometimes hundreds of dollars more a month for the exact same coverage that your neighbor is getting for less. It has a name almost nobody recognizes until it hits them. It's called IRMAA. And there are three things about it that make it so unfair. The first, it runs on a 2-year delay. Medicare looks back at your income from 2 years ago to decide what you pay today. So a good year, a one-time bump, a decision made 24 months ago, it reaches forward in time and raises your bill now. And by the time the letter comes, that income is already in the past. You can't undo it. The second, it's a cliff, not a ramp. Go $1 over the line and you don't pay a little more, you jump an entire step. One single dollar of income can cost you hundreds of dollars for a full year. And the third, almost no one sees coming because who on earth connects a tax return from 2 years ago to a medical bill today? Nobody tells you the two are even related. Now, I want to be straight with you about who this actually lands on. This isn't the tax that squeezes somebody barely getting by. This is the one that catches people who did well. The couple who saved diligently their whole lives, a person who took one big withdrawal to help a child or pay off the house, the retiree who did a smart move on paper, sold a property or repositioned some money and had no idea that 1 year bump in income would circle back 2 years later and raise their Medicare. And here's how it connects to everything we've been building in the series. Remember the silent partner? The money that you pull out of your traditional 401k or IRA counts as income. So the very same withdrawal that gets taxed, that makes your Social Security taxable, can also push you over the Medicare line 2 years down the road. One withdrawal, 3 different hits, landing 3 different places, sometimes years apart. That's why I keep calling this a bomb. It goes off once, it keeps going off, and places you never think to look. So here's the good news that I promised you. Every one of these, whether Medicare surcharges you, comes down to one thing: the income that Medicare counts. And not all income counts. There are kinds of retirement income that simply do not show up in the calculation at all. Income that can stay completely off Medicare's radar. When your retirement is built with the right kinds of income in the right places, you can draw what you need to live on and stay on a safe side of those invisible lines. That's the difference between getting that letter and never getting it. It's not luck. It's how the income was structured years before the letter would have come. Now, I'm not going to lay the whole thing out today. It's a big part of what I actually build for people and the clients that I serve. And it deserves its own conversation individually. But I want you to leave here knowing this. This is one of those avoidable problems in all of retirement. You just have to see it coming. And speaking of things hiding in plain sight, there's one more that almost nobody ever notices. Every year, you're probably paying fees on a retirement account, a percentage of the balance. Now, that's normal. But remember, part of that balance was never really yours. A chunk of it belongs to a silent partner, the IRS. So think about what that means. You're paying fees to manage the government share of your own account. Year after year after year, money out of your pocket to grow money that you'll never get to keep. That's the next one we're going to pull apart. If no one has ever shown you any of this, that's exactly why this channel exists. Subscribe so the next one finds you, and I'll see you there.